how I got in the best shape of my life, shed inches of my waist, and most importantly, gained confidence. So to preface this video, all of these steps I started with the main intention to stabilize my blood sugar. Last year I discovered that I have a little bit of an insulin resistance and everything really spikes up my blood sugar. So I really dive deep into how I can help my blood sugar stabilize. All of these steps, including diet and workout, have been with main intention to do so. Although there is a little bit of the vain aspect, earlier this year I went wedding dress shopping and they measured my waist. When we ordered the dress, I was mortified to see that my waist was 5 centimeters bigger than it used to be, even though I've never given birth. 5 centimeters is about 2 inches, which is a lot because I am tiny and I have never had childbirth and I'm pretty healthy, so I was very surprised to see that. Anyways, let's dive into the steps that got me where I am today. So first and foremost, Pilates almost daily. Over the summer, I did a couple of challenges where I did Pilates for 30 days in a row. Currently, I don't do Pilates every day, but I'm sure those 2 times when I did 30-day Pilates challenge definitely helped me to get in shape, no question asked. And when I did that, it was 2 times reformer full class that is like 45 minutes to 50 minutes, and then the other days I would do Pilates at home and I would do between 10 minutes to 15 minutes and sometimes 20 or 30 minutes if I have time or if I have the energy. And I would do mostly Pilates by Dietary, and she's really great and I've definitely seen results. Now my Pilates schedule looks more like 3 to 4 times a week, if I were to be honest with you, and then other days I do a little bit of yoga, but every single day I try to move my body. Number 2, I shifted from a high carb plant-based diet, which I was on for 3 years. I was fully plant-based, and I realized that it wasn't really good for my blood sugar. Everything that I was eating, like a lot of beans, a lot of grains, everything was spiking up my blood sugar. So I was really struggling to keep my blood sugar healthy, even with protein-rich legumes and quinoa and other stuff that is primarily still carbohydrates. So I really needed to start introducing animal protein. I do mostly grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken, and wild-caught fish. Disclaimer, by diet I mean not like a short-term yo-yo super restricted diet. What I mean by diet is a long-term sustainable lifestyle shift that is ultimately beneficial in the long term. So I started eating less carbohydrates and I also don't snack anymore. So my meal would look like, fish or chicken or beef and then a bowl of vegetables. If it's summer, then it's a salad. If it's winter, then it's grilled or air fried vegetables or soups. And then I'll have maybe like a little bit of like brown rice or quinoa. And sometimes I even forgo it all together. And I'll have some sweet potatoes maybe, or purple potatoes. But all of that usually is at the end of the meal and very small portion, like handful maybe or smaller. I no longer eat like a big bowl of pasta or like a big pizza. And if I eat pizza, it's like a big bowl of salad or vegetables first, and then I'll have like half of a chickpea or cauliflower based pizza. Number 3, I stopped eating so much goddamn sugar and refined carbs. I used to be, honestly, I still am deep inside a huge fan of desserts, of pastries. I love the croissants, of like baked goods and ice cream in summer. And usually when I travel, I used to eat like desserts 3 times a day. I'll be quite honest, like waffles and pancakes for breakfast, after usually savory, and then after lunch we would go and get some croissants or like cakes, and then in the evening like dessert after a lovely dinner. And that would be like daily on vacation, even if it's like a whole week or 2 weeks. And and then I would eat a lot of like Vietnamese food, has like white rice products, and then I love pizza, and I just love refined carbs. I love sugar, donuts, cakes, you name it. But besides those desserts, I also learned through wearing a glucometer that sugar is truly everywhere. When we go eat sushi, we think like sometimes we think sushi, ew, oh, it's healthy, but then actual sushi, the rice is white rice, which actually turns into sugar in our bodies, and then also rice is often made with sugar too. I noticed every time I go eat sushi, my sugar spike was unreal. Oh, Mochi's saying hi. Mochi's saying hi, in case you guys are hearing him meow throughout the whole video. That's my little baby. So whenever I ate sushi, I noticed my blood sugar was spiking like crazy. So that's when I realized like, oh my god, this is really not as healthy as it looks. Salads are filled with dressings that are full of sugar as well. So are savory dishes. Sometimes pasta sauces have sugar, and even like just like dressings and sauces and meats and things, like everything is like sugar is everywhere. And even when you go to have a cup of coffee with your friends, I used to think like, oh, I'm getting, you know, no unsweetened coffee and just like regular like alternative milk, like almond milk or oat milk. First of all, oat milk is just liquid starch, which is sugar, and then other alternative milks are usually also sweetened. So even when you go and you order like an almond milk, you're thinking like, oh, it's not sweetened, but it's actually oftentimes sweetened. Not to mention that it also has a lot of other bad ingredients. I start paying attention to hidden sugars in those moments as well, and whenever I eat out, and that has made a huge difference for me. And now I also have berries for dessert, so whenever after a meal I feel like I need something sweet, I just have like a handful of berries, not like a big bowl unlimited. I just have a little bit, and that usually satisfies my sugar cravings. As you start eating less and less sugar, you will be satisfied with less and less, I promise you. But in the beginning it might feel like, what, berries instead of donuts? It's crazy, right? But you'll get used to it. I still occasionally have pizza and pastries. I follow like a 9 to 10% rule, but I started being honest with myself. What is occasionally? Like a few times a week, or you know, a couple of times a month. Like if I'm on vacation now, instead of saying it's occasional and doing it 3 times a day or every single day, I'll have maybe a couple of times during the whole trip. Which leads me to number 4. I stopped snacking on junk. No more just random croissants, random ice cream runs. You know how sometimes in somewhere you're like after dinner, you're like, oh, let's go get gelato. Or even like during the day, you like go shopping and you'll like grab gelato, right? That's what I'm talking about. And also whenever like, you know, sometimes you grab coffee, you're like, oh, why not have a croissant? Well, I no longer do that. I used to really enjoy doing that, but I realized that's really not good for my health. It doesn't make me feel good. I no longer have snacks in general, and I only do like proper full meals. And if I have a dessert, let's say it's a birthday cake or somebody's like, you know, my birthday, then I'll have it after a full balanced meal, like with protein, fats, and then maybe a piece of cake. And then after that I'll probably take a long walk, most likely. And yeah, anyway, so that has helped me a lot too. Number 5, I walk every single day without a fail. Usually after meals, most oftentimes it's after dinner, and if it's in summer it's only after dinner, but like in winter I usually walk in the morning as well, or even after lunch. And I do this for at least 30 minutes to an hour. So good for your digestive system and to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which actually helps to shed that belly fat. I also try to stay active throughout the day and throughout the week, so I don't just limit myself to Pilates and walking. I will also do pickleball a couple of times a week. I'll go dancing 1 time a week. In general, trying to move my body as much as I can throughout the day. Number 6, if it's summer and it's too hot and sunny outside for me to take a walk after lunch, then I would do resistance band or light weights with my arms for 10 to 15 minutes. This also helps with my blood sugar like everything else, and as a bonus I get super toned arms, shoulders, and back. All of this is just to say that when we take proper good care of our bodies, of our nervous systems, of our blood sugar, of our hormone health, our bodies will actually get in a very good shape. It's when we are, you know, stressed out, eating a lot of junk, when we just like giving into cravings, when we're not nourishing our body with proper food and filling it with a lot of like high calorie, low nutrient foods, that's when a lot of dysfunction start to happen, and that's when we also gain weight, especially in our belly area, which is triggered by a lot of stress and a lot by high carbohydrate, high sugar diet with highly processed foods as well. So thanks to all of these steps, I was able to shed 6 centimeters, which is 2.5 inches off my waist without losing any weight. So now whenever I hear like you can't spot treat your fat, I agree and I also disagree, because you can change the composition of your body, and if you have like a little bit of excess or a lot of excess fat around your waist, you will lose that. But of course you might also lose the fat in your arms and your boobs, and if you're losing a lot of weight. I didn't lose a lot of weight. I just literally just changed the composition of my body through healthy diet, through working out, and that's how I wasn't losing my boobs and my ass, because I worked out my ass, and my breast is because I still ate proper fats. And yeah, I'm very happy with where I am today, because I was always self-conscious about my belly area, especially my lower belly. I always thought like, this is just my body. I am a little chunkier around my waistline. But if I had to be honest with myself, I did eat a lot of carbs, a lot of refined carbs, a lot of sugar. So now that I've let those go, I can see that that was just a limiting belief, and I can have pretty waist and good body. And a waistline is important not because just like the vain reasons. Your waist circumference also determines how healthy you are and how long you will live, because high fat around the waist, the belly area, and around your organs are actually the most dangerous, because you will develop a lot of chronic diseases if that is to last for a long time. I hope this video helped you, and I love sharing anything that helped me, whether it's beauty, wellness, health tips. I am happy to share everything I learned, everything I got, everything that helped me. So if you have any comments, any questions, as usual, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you would like personalized coaching to find nutrition and health and wellness things personalized for you, feel free to click the Calendly link below for the first 30 minutes free consultation call with me, and we'll see how I can support you. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.